Hello students, in this video I am going to go through some exercises on writing quadratic equations if given a set of conditions. In particular, we're looking at two examples right here where you're going to have to write quadratic equations in vertex form. So let's take a look. So right now you're given that the vertex is located at 4, 1 and the directrix is located at -7/8. Now, I always like to figure out how things are oriented so that I have an idea of what I'm doing, whether or not it makes any sense at all, okay? So I know that the vertex is located at 4, 1 here. So when you make a sketch, okay, you do not ever have to draw anything to scale, because the purpose of the drawing is to give you an idea of what the orientation of the parabola is, as well as whether your final answer at the end makes any sense, okay? So I know that the vertex is located at 4, 1, which I'm going to pinpoint to call that 4, 1. I know that the directrix is -7/8, so -7/8 is going to be somewhere above 4, 1, because -7/8 is it's greater than -1. So I want to draw my line here, just representing the directrix, and I want to draw a dotted line because it's really not a part of the parabola. However, it is going to be important for our understanding of how the equation is formed. So this is y is equal to -7/8. So right now I have this information plotted out. Should the parabola be oriented like a U shape, or should it be oriented like an N shape? If you're saying that the parabola should be oriented like a U shape, then you're absolutely right, because the parabola and directrix should never intersect. That's one of the properties or qualities that between the directrix and the parabola itself. They never intersect, okay? So with that said, how are we going to be able to figure out like what the equation is? So we're writing this in vertex form. So vertex form is this. We need to know what is h and k. Well, that's pretty much just given to us, isn't that? Right? We need to figure out what the leading coefficient is. Luckily for us, we understand that a is equal to 1/4p. And what is exactly meant by p? Well, p is actually that distance, okay, between the directrix and the vertex. So I'm going to let the mathematics figure out for us what exactly is p, because looking at this, I know that a should end up being negative, right? I know that the directrix has the formula k minus p. And since the directrix is equal to -7/8, and I know that k is equal to -1, I can then say -1 minus p is equal to -7/8. Thereby, if I add 1 to both sides, I end up with -p is equal to +1 minus 7/8, and that's just going to be 1/8. But because -p is equal to 1/8, p therefore is equal to -1/8. So again, the mathematics itself, okay, is telling us that a has to be a negative number. So I have 1/4 times -1/8, or in other words, this is 1/-1/2, because 4 times 1/8 is 1/2. And whenever I'm dividing fractions, I got to flip the denominator, so that's -2. So what's my final answer then? What's the final verdict? Well, y, therefore, is equal to -2, open parentheses, I forgot to put a square here, x minus 4 squared minus 1. This is my answer for question 2. Let's do it again now, okay? This time, given slightly different information, I'm told the vertex and the focus. So in this case here, okay, let's again try to plot out the information. So I see here that I have a vertex is located at -4, 10, and then I have a focus at 39/4. 39/4, if you notice, is this greater than 10 or less than 10? This is actually less than 10, right? So that means my focus is going to be underneath the vertex. So this is -4, 10. Again, I am not drawing anything to scale. And this is -4, 39/4. And that's my focus. So which way is the parabola going to be oriented? If you're saying that it's supposed to be oriented like an N shape here, then you're absolutely right. So now what we got to do is we got to figure out what exactly is this equation. So to do this, okay, what we're going to do, I know that this is going to be my P again, but understanding that the focus, okay, will have H comma K plus P. I want to let the mathematics show me what exactly is P. Okay, so I have K plus P is the y coordinate of the vertex of the focus. What am I saying? So this is equal to 39/4. Okay, and K, which is the y coordinate of the vertex, is 10. So I can say 10. Whoops. So I can say 10 plus P is equal to 39/4. Or in other words, P is equal to -1/4. Right? Because I'm subtracting both sides by 10. So if P is equal to -1/4, okay, and I'm writing this thing in vertex form, again, it has the same format as y equals to a parentheses x minus h quantity squared plus k. I substitute in h and k. I have 1/4 times p, which is -1/4, times x minus -4 squared plus 10. Simplify this down. This is going to be negative x plus 4 quantity squared plus 10. That's question 6. All right, next batch. What we're going to do is we're going to use this information to write the quadratic equation in intercept form. All right, so what exactly was intercept form again? Well, intercept form is y is equal to a open parentheses x minus r1 times x minus r2. We got to figure out what the roots are. So here in this case, okay, what I have is what we're going to do is we're going to try and write this in vertex form first, and then after we write it in vertex form, well, actually, I'm not really sure. Let's just try to figure this out. So I want to try to figure out what the leading coefficient here is, because that seems like a good way to start. Okay, so I have vertex is -7, -72. So -7, -72. I'm going to give myself a little room. -7, -72 is going to be like way down here. And this guy right here, 518572, I don't know what that is. That's kind of ridiculous. Let's see here. 5185 divided by 72, but negative, right? So it's going to be negative 72.01. So that means it's going to be more negative. So that means my directrix, okay, is going to be underneath. So because the directrix is underneath, there's only really one way for us to draw this, and it's this. It's got to be a right side of parabola. So I'm going to, again, try to figure out what this is. That's my P. I want to go through this a little quicker, okay? Because I know I already can tell whether or not P is supposed to be, whether or not the parabola is right side up, I can already tell whether P is going to be positive or negative, therefore influencing the value of A, whether it's going to be positive or negative. Judging from this, P must be positive, right? So I want to take negative 72. So I want to go over here using my calculator. I want to take negative 72. Okay, and minus negative 72.01, or actually it's just going to be plus, right? That answer I got from before, because I'm subtracting the negative, so it turns into a positive. So I get that. I'm going to use my calculator. I'm going to press math and press fraction to turn that into a fraction. So that's 1 over 72. So that means P is equal to 1 over 72. And if P is equal to 1 over 72, that means A is equal to 1 over 4 times 1 over 72. And how many times does 4 go into 72? I believe it goes in 18 times, right? So this is going to be 1 over 18. Or A is equal to positive 18. So if A is equal to positive 18, that means Y is equal to 18 times x minus negative 7, so it's x plus 7, quantity squared, minus 72. My goal is to rewrite this in vertex form. So unfortunately, what I got to do then is I got to, not vertex form, in factored form, okay? Because that's what or intercept form, what am I saying? Okay, so that's what I'm going to do, is I am going to square this thing out. So I get 18 x squared plus 49x, plus 14x plus 49 minus 72. This becomes 18x squared plus, I got to do 18 times 14 and then 18 times 49. I don't know what that is, so let's do that. 18 times 14, 252, and 18 times 49. So 252 and 882. Minus 72. And we're almost there, I promise. So we get 18x squared plus 252x, and then 882 minus 72, so that's plus 810. Okay. I immediately noticed that there's actually a common factor of 18 that I can factor out. So this is going to be 18x squared plus 14x plus, how many times does 18 go into 810? So this 810 divided by 18, 45 times. So I got to then factor this, okay? What two numbers multiply together get you 45 but add to 14? That would be x plus 9 and x plus 5. Whew. There you go. And we're going to do this one more time with the last question over here, question number 14. The vertex is 1, 36, and the focus is 1, 143 over 4. Again, very similar process, okay? I am going to draw out the situation. So I have 1, 36, which is somewhere above. Again, there's no need to draw anything to scale. 143 divided by 4, I don't know what that is. So let's see here, 143 divided by 4. That's 35.75. So that means we're going to have, the focus is going to be underneath it. So the focus is here and the vertex is there. So that means it's going to be an upside down parabola. Because it's upside down parabola, I also expect the p-value to be negative then, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the vertex, 36. So let's do 36 minus 35.75. That's 0.25. So that means my p is supposed to equal to 1/4, but it's negative. So if I know p is equal to negative 1/4, that means a is equal to 1 over 4p, which means a is equal to negative 1, because 1 over 4 times negative 1/4. And since I know the vertex already, I can rewrite this as y is equal to negative x minus 1 squared plus 36. Again, I got to rewrite this in intercept form, so therefore this becomes negative x squared minus 2x plus 1, and then plus 36. Distribute the negative through. I end up with y is equal to negative x squared plus 2x minus 1 plus 36. And then I got to combine like terms. I end up with negative x squared plus 2x plus 35. I do not like the leading coefficient being negative, so I am going to factor that out one more time. So I get x squared minus 2x minus 35. Now, are there two numbers that multiply to negative 35 but add to negative 2? There certainly is, and that is x minus 7 and x plus 5. And here you go. This is the equation of the parabola in intercept form.